Hello, welcome to Dan K Reviews. We're going to be starting the new session this week called Star Wars New Jedi Order Saga. So, what we're doing right here is I recently started a campaign with my players. It is Star Wars. It's set in Star Wars Universe. We're using the Age of the Empire / Age of Rebellion settings. So all the races and characters from that we're using. But we're not setting it in the era that those books are set in. We're going to be doing the New Jedi Order. That's for those of you who don't know, that's the new book series in the series with Yu John Bong come in, another biological race there against the Jedi. It's a pretty good series, but it's now non-canon in the Star Wars universe, for those of you who don't know storyline. So, basically, how it works is, in this campaign setting, there is no Jedi users. All characters cannot have any force abilities of any kind. It's one of the things for the storyline which I've designed. So basically, everyone made a character. They design them. They meet on planet. A crew is set up. They are given jobs when they're going to be given multiple jobs. So every time we do a session, I've designed at least 5 different things that can happen. 5 different jobs, and on those jobs, there's multiple things that can happen too that can affect them overall in the later stages of the campaign. Looks like it's going to be pretty fun. We've actually already done a couple sessions, which I will review eventually. And it's been going pretty smoothly. Thing with Star Wars, the new Star Wars, it's not the D20 system, it's the new Age of Empire, which you have to get these special dice for, which actually just arrived today. Everyone ordered a pack. I got a pack before we started up. And let's see here. They're a little unusual. They're D8s, D6s, and D12s. But different. You have this guy with all different markings on him. You have... This is the player's dice, so if you're attacking, you're doing something, you're going to use the green dice and the yellow dice. The greens upgrade to the yellow. And then for difficulties, you have the purple and the red die. The purple die upgrades the red dice. And you use those to add difficulty to the roll. So, say if you're shooting someone and you have 2 agility, get 2 greens, then you have 1 in your gun ability, you can change one of these greens into a yellow. So you're going to roll this. And if the person is close range, you add 1 purple. If he's long range, 2 purple. And based on if they have armor and stuff, you can add on additional things like that. And then you have the black dice and the blue dice. These are kind of like for storyline. They're used for the players and DM. So when, at the beginning of the game, this one die is only used right at the beginning. Everyone rolls it. There's 2 whites, 1 white, 2 blacks, 2 blacks. Easy enough. And then you have these little tokens. So every game rolls it. So if I roll the die and get 1 black piece will be put on the field. And we're a white, and a black, and then maybe another white. And so during the game, as a DM, I can flip one of these. So I flip one of the black ones, and I can add a black die to the difficulty roll, if it's something important in the storyline. Or the players can vote for it, and they can roll one of them as well. So you can switch one of the white ones to a black, and so on and so forth. And that's how it goes in the game. And in a combat roll, for extreme difficult things, if the DM rolls, flips 2, the players can flip 2 as well. It's a pretty simple system once you learn it. It sounds all weird because it's not D20, it's not 3.5, it's not Dungeons & Dragons, so it's a little complicated first, but it works quite well. Now, I've read all the Star Wars books. It was something I did an audiobook when I was riding a bus back and forth from work every day. I went commute for 2 hours a day, so I went through the whole series pretty quick. But a lot of players didn't, so I purchased this. It is a Star Wars guide. It's a great thing for the players in case they don't know they have a race, something like that. Also have a little PDF file. Another thing which a friend of mine found for me and gave me as a gift was this little device. It's actually a little data recorder thing here. And I probably can't see it well there, but basically, it gives a guide to every droid, ship, robot, everything in the movies, and a bunch of stuff in the books. It's a great little quick reference device here. And there's a little quiz thing in it, too, which I currently based. That is good for reference. Now also, I got the DM screen with all the little guides of how the misses work, how criticals work on stuff, which is a great lifesaver. Next, after that, is our characters. So far, since it's a brand new campaign, a brand new system, I'm learning it, my players are learning it too. I made a character. He is a Deveronian pilot. He is a... oh, bad, I'm using that much. He's a smuggler pilot. And he's basically... no one else made a pilot, so I needed one, because we're a mercenary group, we're flying a ship around. Next, we have Miguel, who is Arcanian, and this character is an engineer scientist. Go for the party as well. Next we have Nigel's character at Godel, and it is a... I know, hard today. Oh, this is John's character, sorry. This is an Explorer Fringer. Next one is, if you think this is Gelmain's character, it is a Gungan. Yeah, Gungan, we have one of those. And is a colonist doctor, which is a great one. Then we have our Mandalorian human, played by Jordan's character. And he is a strict-off bounty hunter of the Gesh tree. Then we have William, which is a human. Oh, and this is Billy. This is John's character. This is Billy Mays, basically a constant stellar dealer, which everyone thought is a joke character, but is very useful in seniors because conversations are very important. Same with bargaining skills. You can't just overpower service units because everyone has technology. It's a normal thing at that point. It's hard to... you're not fighting monsters, you're fighting other people. Or other races and aliens. Last but not least, we have... so just here, it's a human replica droid. Very funny creature. No one in the party knows he's a droid. He has synth skin, he has a giant vibro axe, and he builds straight up combat. Great fun character. Now, a fun little thing about the system though, we get a ship that is supplied by our employer. It is a Gotek 720 light freighter. Basically, it looks like a giant turtle. It's basically, it was Millennium Falcon's competition. Another thing is the obligations of the group. You can take an obligation of like 5 to 10, or depending on like how many people have in your party, and that can go into the group's overall score. So, every time before we play a game, I roll a d100. And then based on that roll, I roll a little chart here on who has what, and what their obligations are. So, if I rolled for Chris's character, who has a bounty on him, he has extra money on, but someone in the area that knows him will be there. So on that session, he has to be paranoid of looking out, covering himself, making sure no one's going, and he's going to fail certain charisma checks because he's strained and not knowing what to do. And it's all customizable what you do. A lot of this is through player and DM discretion. Like on your dice, you have the little blast mark, which is a pass, and then you have a little wave signal there, which is basically a success. Those can pass off for, you can use those and put points in strain and do another move, or you can give bonus to another character, or you can have something happen like you did this and the guy... well, basically, you can use those points for other things, like even criticals for weapons. The critical for a no blast pistol is 3 of those. And then, last but not least, you have symbols like this. You have that weird little symbol on this die, and then on the yellow one, you have that. Those basically mean something happened. So, I had a character who was... he didn't have money for a certain weapon he was trying to get, so I made him roll with the dice, and he was there 4 hours working on this. So every hour I have him roll. On one of those hours, he rolled that die. And he rolled that critical success there. So, I did a little roll behind the screen, and as a consequence for it, he was repairing the engine speeder. He noticed a bad pipeline. He repaired that as well, and he doubled the speed of the speeder, which the mechanic then gave him a bonus 1,000 credits for. And little things like that. You can always find stuff in this game to do, and it's all based on chance, which is always a fun system. But yeah, like, it's a new system. A lot of people aren't as fluent at Star Wars Universe as I am, so I had to do other stuff for them. So we have the deck, we have a little quiz book here, we have Star Wars guide. I even have, got this from a loot crate, a Star Wars Traveler's Guide with, like, how, say, pass the milk and Wookiee and all that stuff all in here, which is great. But yeah, so far we've been having a lot of fun with this. We're 3 sessions in, and I'll review each session, tell you what's going on, what we've played, and what we've done. And yeah, it might be interesting to someone, so I thought I might record this. If you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.